Welcome to the Political Run with me, the voice right on Ghana and 7TVGH. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on the notification that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, you'll be notified. Bolga Economist. Our economist, I didn't cry, I see, or a chartered accountant or something, Adongo. Afena Obiehu send Adeko Adepodentia John Mahama Amawa appointment. Because the expectation mostly was that Adongo was going to be appointed, I think, deputy finance minister.
To withdraw my dollars. You say they'll give you
will withdraw the dollars to buy fufu in Ghana. We won't allow that.
No,
we will give you cedis.
Why do you care what I'm going to use my dollar for?
We care because the laws of Ghana do not allow businessmen to receive and make payments in dollars.
Why?
Because it's illegal.
Dollars.
Your legal tender is the cedi, and that is what created the problem.
Principle. If I work
which is not about principle, it's about law.
What the law
it's about law. The law says you cannot.
I can't withdraw my own dollars from the counter.
No, you will be giving cedis because your legal tender is cedis, and you are going to spend the money in Ghana. You must begin cedis.
Yeah,
but if you bring a transaction, like you say, you are traveling outside, you are going to spend those dollars outside.
Yes.
And you have a dollar account.
That's when they require.
So they will give you your dollars. No, I'm saying that they will give you your dollars, okay, to go because you're going to spend it in a country where the legal tender is not cedis. But if you are spending it in Ghana, there is no justification. In fact, there is a Bank of Ghana notice that prohibits somebody withdrawing dollars over the counter.
When it is your own bank account.
Yes, in fact, you can actually swear blood. So it's because of this type of arguments that you were paying 17, 18 cedis for the dollar.
Mr. Adongo, what you're actually saying is that I should never bother putting in the dollars in the bank account.
Well, we don't care how you interpret it, but
that's what it is. This is a rational economic being
and I'm saying that
the next time I earn my dollars legitimately,
Ghanaians are
I'm not going to I'll dig the ground in my house and put it there.
Yes, that's what many people were. And yeah, man, appointment. Kwa na nkrofo amu Bolga na amu agitate say na amu chief accountant say a friend economist there. But say na John Mahama person man appointment. And many of us thought that John Mahama was being unfair to this man. Esan say Adongo has been very, very vocal about more opposition. Behind MPP or half MPP. They bia okasa. He claims he knows monetary policies and all those things. And so they be cry on no Adongo cry on your temerity. Can say Dr. Mahmoud Bamiambe debate on Adongo. And I can say we did every day. Nah. Monkeys play by their size. So we were thinking, say, why did Mama give this guy appointment? But today we know why.
Yeah. So normally what you would experience when you go to the bank is that you're supposed to be giving, say, cedis, but the bank sometimes would ask you whether you want it in dollars or you want it in cedis. Now, also in this country, and Adongo makes the point that we actually spend in cedis. We spend cedis here. Mm-hmm. And so normally before you're giving dollars, the bank would ask, and sometimes they would ask what it is that you intend to use this for. Some of the banks actually would do the transfer on your behalf. And the view is that they want to make sure that you're able to, they want to prevent people getting dollars and selling it to the black market, getting profits, and then pretending to actually use it on external travels. So if you can justify, for instance, if you say, oh, okay, so I need dollars to pay for some imports here or there, well, the banks can do the transactions for you. The bank would do that. But let's say I'm traveling and I'd need, say, $1,000 as spending money. Sometimes even the bank would say, well, how about we give you a card that you can go. That is what is expected to be done. Unfortunately, that is not what is being done. So what I get Adongo saying is more of an enforcement of the current principle or of the current directive. Now, I've also heard Dr. Sedop make the point that, this could affect. Look, Kujo Boateng says that people are comparing black market rate. It's simply this. The moment the cedi appreciates against the dollar, people would want to get dollars as a store of value. Mm-hmm. They can't get dollars from, say, maybe the banks easily because you need to justify why is it that you want dollars, unless you actually have a friend within the banking system who can cut a few corners and give it to you.
Basically break the rules.
Yes, but Alaji is always willing to give you the dollars. But the moment, and the principles of demand and supply, at the moment there's a huge demand for it, Alaji says, oh, get it. Because you see, here we are talking about the fact that this is because the dollar is weakened. And I hear people saying, how about the pound sterling? Well, the pound sterling is also struggling. Oh, but the Nigerians are not experiencing, say, well, the Naira may also have a problem. But the end expectation, now that Donald Trump is talking about, some bit of a compromise between U.S. and China, if the U.S. dollar rises again, then the cedi may depreciate. And so why don't I get some dollars? Okay, and I've seen people calling me and saying, I pay my son's school fees in dollars. The school has a rate, so I prefer to keep dollars. So what many of these people do is actually to buy from the Forex Bureau. Even the Forex Bureau, you'd have to go with your Ghana card and sometimes give indication of what it is that you're going to use it for. But trust me, the moment the cedi begins to appreciate, there are people who are going to start asking for dollars. And the moment they begin to start asking for dollars, if the demand for the dollar is high, particularly within the black market, the rate within that market would go up. If it is extended to, say, the formal market, that would also lead it to rise.
Adongo konokoka. Osi, the same. Untimi you dollar bi mewo over the counter or bank BM. Now mu oma passes our legislation or Bank of Ghana. And I say debut. Debbie. That ben I mu pass our legislation or Bank of Ghana. And I'll be a satisfied. Now, who call social media, a lot of people were commenting, were complaining, like they will not agree and all those things. Now, me quite I'm come and too. Now, say Ghana ha muse mu ma. Se me ye mi juma we. I me yes kana ni ko to bank. Na skani in dollars ah. Na me say me wa be ji mi sika, mu fa mami. Ene se mi sika mi betu mi fie. Mi fa ntu mi fie ka me ko pe 3 bia se na. Say voter had jama galam se ni ha nti obi anko. And I said Togo kura wo. Me ko be dollar account or Togo. But let's calm down because Bank of Ghana has come out to refute what Adongo has said. Bank of Ghana said they have not passed any such law. There is no such rule. As many say, Uko Bank now say Uko you sika in dollars. Sometimes when the amount is very high, they will ask you purpose. Now we crown most of the even forest bureaus quite they do that. When you go even to cedi that you are going to buy dollars, they ask you what are you using the dollars for? They keep a record of that. They are mandated to keep a record of that just in case. And Adongo Bolga Economist. We don't know where you got your information from. You are serving on the board of Bank of Ghana. That's how Bank of Ghana, where you are serving, you are. It says for this one, you've gotten it wrong. And you see this whole dollar thing that is conversation that is ongoing. And this is for Omunim say they are not doing anything about this dollar that is coming down and not. Omunim pao. So we catch yourself Munima Obwa. And this is for name. Say dollars and semi cost. They know say they don't have any hand in it. Omunim say because of the trade war that is ongoing. And because they know say because of the trade war now, because they know that they are doing everything possible whilst the trade war is continuing to tighten the system. But what you have not induced, you cannot sustain.
How many can you put in your house? You run the risk of people stealing your money, okay? And when people steal your money, you realize that it was much safer to put the dollar in a bank and take a cedi for it.
Why?
How much can you keep under your pillow?
This cedi that somersaults so frequently
it is the reason, and now that is the reason.
Why would I take my dollars into a bank and go and take the cedi? Who does that?
Because we want the dollar to be as stable as possible, even appreciate. And you are saying we should allow you to play games with the dollar, speculate with the dollar, keep the dollar account, and go and withdraw dollars when you don't need dollars in Ghana. Then you go to Osu and you are brandishing dollars to buy properties and things.
If God blesses me, and
I repeat, what you have not induced, what is not being done intentionally by you, you are not able to sustain. And it's as simple as that. So because the dollar depreciating is not induced by Ghana's government, when the policy makers outside the country, Donald Trump and Crawford, when they change their policies, straight up, it will affect you. Let's see how the next days are going to be. Remember to subscribe.